What's going on YouTube? It's VA Prince 101 and I'm bringing you a MOAB gameplay on Carbon. I'm using a PP90. I've been trying to get a MOAB with a PP90 for so long, and I'm going to stop saying PP because it sounds really homo. Okay, but I don't want to talk about the gameplay today. I want to talk about the notion of powered guns. And are they even in Modern Warfare 3? I feel like if there's any overpowered gun, it's the Akimo FMG9s. Those guns are pretty effing bad. Cause they can get you from a good distance. You know, other than those guns, I mean, people are complaining about like certain guns because every gun has a weakness at a certain area, except for the MP7. That gun is just beast at any range, any distance. I know I said I wasn't going to talk about the gameplay, but real quick, there's a point in this game I was like, okay, I got it soon enough. Like, okay, let's go for the second mode. And this team is so bad, I couldn't even kill myself. I tried to kill myself at the end of the streak, and I was like, okay, I can do this. And I threw the grenade down. You'll see it like after I get the mode. I threw the grenade down, and it didn't kill me. So I was like, wow, I was on beast mode this whole game. And there's something else I want to talk about, but we'll get to that later because it happens a little later in the game. But back to OP guns. Like I don't understand. Like the Type 95 is OP, ACR, the PP90, MP7, and all of these other guns are OP. Like the Striker, you know, the Striker is a good example of what people think is an OP. Every other shotgun is garbage in this game, except for when the patch came out. That made like all the shotguns usable again. Like I use the model. I like the model a lot. It has more power than any. I guess that's why they unlocked it last. But before the patch, you know, the Striker, you know, you don't even need to aim down the sight with a Striker. You can just spray people down from any distance. It didn't really matter. But you know, I don't know. I know, you know, certain guns. I think, you know, all guns are overpowered in their own right. You know what I'm saying? It's not just one gun. It's every gun in this game. I think somebody gave a good example. I'm not sure who, but all like COD 4 power with stopping power, not Modern Warfare 2 power with stopping power, but it's like COD 4 guns. And I think that's what really helps the game out. You know, there's that stopping power in the game, not like in Black Ops where okay, this guy saves my life right here. But not like in Black Ops where only certain guns were good and every other gun was garbage. I think a good example in Black Ops was in the same in the same tier with the AK-74U. Like you can drop anybody with that gun at any distance. The FAMAS, the AUG. And, you know, you had guns like the M16, which were always good, now suffer because, you know, okay, back in the past, yeah, that gun was super powerful. And, you know, Modern Warfare 2, every gun was powerful, so you really didn't, the M16 didn't stand out. But I hate what they did to the M16. I love 3 burst weapons. You know, I'll still use the M16 on occasion, but if I want to do a gun like the ACR, you know, the Type 95, you know, a gun like that, because they really nerfed the hell out of the M16. There's no excuse for that. It started with Black Ops. I don't know why Black Ops saw the M16 as such a threat to every other gun, but they nerfed that gun pretty bad. But in Black Ops, for some reason it was still usable to me. I could still use it. Like, though, give me the M16 with a silencer on in Black Ops. You know, that's where I actually learned how to use the M16 with an iron sight. Because usually in Modern Warfare 2, I throw a red dot on there, then eventually I throw a holographic sight, and you know, it became usable. But in this game, if you don't have rapid fire on M16, you shouldn't even use it because that gun shoots so slow. And in a game about speed, and you know, my app. But in a game about speed, you have to have, you know, all types of mobility and stuff like that. You have to be able to drop people quick. Why is this? Why would I get a MOAB? I don't kill. Lord, look at it. Look. Oh, I didn't even kill myself. Oh my goodness. I'm a beast. I'm an animal. But yeah, you're gonna see. I just let somebody kill me, etc., etc. But I think that they shipped the M16 a little bit to make it a 3-shot drop at like a good range. Because I don't know, it's not the notion of overpowered, it's the notion of underpowered. The M16 is underpowered, and if they do add, some shots too, they need to buff the M16. Don't make it one of the first guns unlocked, because that means that it sucks. That means that it's terrible. I done got a double mob if I killed that guy behind me. I didn't kill him, and I suffer. But I don't like what they've done with like the guns of the past. I mean, the AK is still the AK. I could drop anybody with that gun. That gun is still great. The ACR still has absolutely no recoil. It has a little recoil, but come on, you can spray somebody down at a distance without letting go of the trigger. But I just think that's Infinity Wing. They have to have that power gun, that fast-paced game. Treyarch's games are more slow-paced and more tactical, I guess you can say. I mean, but Infinity Ward is getting better. Now the death streaks is gonna be terrible. They need to fix that shit. All right. Now right here, this is a huge thing that just makes me mad. Last Stand and Dead Man's Hand. Those two in this game really make people bad. Because if somebody last stand, your first thought is to shoot all the way through. Alright? But Dead Man's Hand totally erases that thought. Because when they drop in a Dead Man's Hand and you shoot all the way through, they blow up and they take you with them. And they already know that the radius on Dead Man's Hand is ridiculous. That is redonkulous. And it has more range than the actual C4. But Dead Man's Hand doesn't give you that liability. It's bad enough that people are dropping in the final stand, getting that second chance to kill you, which is BS on all factors. But Dead totally erases like all the thought that you can shoot through somebody. Dead Man's Hand is just gay. Take it out the game. Take Final Stand out the game. It's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, back to this other overpowered guns. The only overpowered gun I say is OP. Look at it. Look, I shot through and he blew me up. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. Now the only overpowered gun in this game is probably the MP7. That gun bananas. If you strap a silencer and rapid fire on that gun, oh my goodness, that gun is beast mode. But then again, every SMG in this game has an edge over, at close range. At a distance, okay, you're not gonna kill me with a PP90 at a distance. Now, if you have the MP7 at a distance, I'm a little worried, because that gun can kill you pretty good at any range. The UMP45 anymore, because that gun, it's still the strongest submachine gun in the game, but when you have submachine guns that can empty a clip with like a flick of the trigger, you on anybody's class to use. But I don't know, I feel like they need to buff some guns. I don't feel like they need to nerf anything, but they definitely need to buff a couple guns. In Black Ops, I really hope they, because that's what they did in Black Ops 1. They nerfed everything. I think people thought, people in Modern Warfare 2 complained about overpowered guns, but when every gun is overpowered, there's not much that's overpowered. I mean, you can say in this game, M14, you're just garbage. I'm on the notion if you use kill streaks, you're not good. If you can run through a map and use specialist bonuses and stuff like that, you have the right to call yourself a good player. But if you just run through the map, like I play free for all. If you just run through a free for all gameplay and you're only using like straight up Predator missiles, Reapers, and all that other stuff, I don't think you're good. But I feel like I got my point across in this commentary. Like my video, comment on my video, subscribe to me for more MOAB gameplays, subscribe to me for more discussion gameplays. But I'm VA Prince 101, and I'm signing off. Peace.